going on, guys? This is Third Perspective, your podcast, your favorite podcast. Yes, it is. You know my name. It's Mac Reed.
I am Arlington Scott. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to this therapeutic comedy, the self-reflection podcast.
There you
know
go.
What I'm saying? We getting into some stuff. We got some newcomers. Well, we got one newcomer. This an old guy right here.
Yeah,
But
I
you
show
go
up
ahead,
every
bro.
once in a while.
Damn. Hey, you about right.
You gonna introduce yourself?
Yeah, I introduced this for the folks that ain't seen me in a while. My name is Dylan Paradise. I'm normally behind the scenes, but they pulled me out today, so I told them I'd get on the podcast.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
Getting a little
Then we
tired.
got another South Carolina brethren.
No,
Yeah, South Cack in the building.
No, I'm talking about 843.
843.
Right, my name is Chad Black, newcomer.
Ain't that funny that his name Chad Black and we all
Sorry, I messed up the groove. My
damn Dylan.
Since y'all really don't know him like that, what's your last name? That's the kicker.
Huh? My last name?
His last name.
Real last name White.
Real last name White. Just
Well,
switch it up a little
that-
bit.
just go by Chad.
That's a hell of a way to change the name right there.
alias, rap
Can we
name.
move seats? I don't know if I need to be in front of this brother.
Dylan got nervous.
He don't even like his last name. I know he don't like me. He don't even like his last name.
Fuck that white shit.
It's ridiculous.
Oh man, but yo, it's been a hell of a week, bro.
Already.
It's been a hell of a week, man. I mean, we got a verdict. We got a guilty verdict, but then we got more
Finally.
people dying. So
I mean, it took us 9 weeks to watch a murder we saw on TV go down.
I don't get why it took that long, but it did.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, we can get just feelings on it. We'll start with you, Mac.
Oh, we're gonna go right into it.
Yeah, we'll start with you, Mac, because
I
you
mean-
the most political person in the room, probably.
I'm not gonna go too hard on the man. I'm just happy that the motherfucker is arrested. He's in jail. He's gonna sit there. He didn't have the opportunity to go.
Well, he still
home.
got to get sentencing.
He ain't got no bail though. That's a plus.
He
Yeah,
got
that's
no
what I'm
bail.
saying. He's chilling in prison where he needs to be.
But he in a trailer.
He's in a trailer.
He ain't in Gen
So
Pop.
it was a COVID-19 protocol.
He
or
by
something like
himself.
that?
No, he just by himself. They keeping him in some safe stuff
They gonna look out.
for his safety.
They gonna look out for him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
They his kind. He white.
Yeah. They ain't gonna allow him to
Tough
get.
crowd.
Dylan,
Just gonna
like,
look right at him like hot.
I mean, he looked at me too. Just
Make
like,
it hot time.
I'm already sweating. You
If
goddamn.
you
I'm nervous
wanna know
for
why I
him.
ain't on the podcast regularly. This why.
He just happened to come back on the wrong week.
Right.
Then I was like, God damn it, I gotta go on this podcast. He's racist motherfucker. Right? Yeah,
It's supposed to be white boy summer, and this is what I'm dealing with.
White boy summer canceled.
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 White boy summer is
Yeah.
canceled.
Oh, man.
Mass shootings and fucking
Yeah.
police.
Yeah, man. Them boys did y'all dirty, man. Dylan could have been out here gingering it up, man.
Living
Not
his
no
best.
more. Not no more.
L's.
Cut.
Just L's. That's all I take. L's.
Facts. But I mean, my bad. Finish what you said, man.
I mean, I'm just at the end of the day, I'm happy about that part. You know what I mean? Because we have to hold these police officers accountable for their actions, especially when they do something, you know, as idiotic, like just stupid as he did. You know what I mean? Whole fucking 9 minutes.
Not over 9 minutes.
Over 9 minutes.
36 seconds, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Over 9 minutes. You mean to tell me?
Dave Chappelle went exact, and he said he died at 8:41.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. He
So,
already
yeah.
died, and he just like
And he
just
still
stayed.
was chilling?
Yeah.
With his hands in
Wow.
his pockets, baby.
Yeah, and
Wow.
with his hands in his pocket.
My granddaddy always told me, your hands in your pockets, you don't plan on doing nothing.
And see, this is
You
my
don't plan
thing.
on doing nothing.
You know, like we played sports. So, you know, when the coach is giving you that little speech, you got, you know, hey, y'all get on one knee. Well, you know how irritated my kneecap was at a young age to just be just on my knee for that long?
And you had your knee on somebody's neck.
That had to hurt. So that's like when I saw that, I was like, all right, man, something wrong with this. This dude is really actually trying to kill this man. Like I don't give a shit what you say.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, you got the verdict, definitely, but my bad. Go ahead, finish again. I don't know.
mean, no.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but I mean, I don't want to go transition to the other topics of like,
No,
you know,
we got to
what's
go
going
around
on.
and get everybody.
Exactly. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pass it to Dylan. I mean, shoot.
Oh, he's going to put me on this.
Might as
Yeah,
well.
I might as well. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that whole court case, man. I had an example the other day. I was like, so you know, back in the day, like with like Great Britain and all, like they would just line up in a line and just shoot each other.
Okay, we going
There
way
wasn't
back.
no, yeah, we're going way back. It was, just, it was
Way back.
It was no point. It was no tact. It was none of that. They would just stand up in a line, and whoever had the most people was gonna win.
Yeah.
Pretty
We just
much.
shot each other standing there. That's what I felt like that court case was.
Mm-hmm.
Two people arguing back and forth, knowing exactly what the outcome should be to start with.
Right.
We're just going through all 9 weeks
It was a waste of time.
like it was 3 active weeks of court, right? Or
Yeah,
more than that.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
All this time of these two lawyers going back and forth, arguing people down when we saw a murder on tape.
When you watch the whole video, bro, play over and over and over.
Yeah.
And then somebody said, all right, we'll go out there and let somebody kneel on his neck for 9 minutes, 36 seconds. Let me know how it feels. Like, prove yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it felt like. It felt like watching something so antiquated. Like,
That's a word there.
boom.
Yeah. Sesame
just
Street.
watching it happen, like, it's dumb. Like, we don't do this no more. Like, we don't stand up in a line and shoot each other because we realize it was dumb. Like, when are we going to realize, like, our legal system is broken?
That's
That's
a
my
fact.
2 cents.
What's my man from CNN, Como? He was like, when the justice system will change as soon as white kids start getting shot by the police.
But not really, because, like, that's the argument somebody made the other day. It was like, well, we get killed by the police, too. Well, why ain't you pissed off about dying from the police?
Right. Why you ain't marching or nothing? Why you ain't
marching for your
causing a
people?
ruckus?
Yeah.
Nothing. None of that is
Like,
happening.
little Sally down the corner got.
So you mean to
got
tell
clipped?
me these white people out here still getting shot and killed, and they ain't saying
and ain't
nothing
nobody
about it?
doing nothing?
Yeah.
That don't even make sense.
So I saw a stat that
You need to talk to your people, bro.
right. I saw a stat that was like he was like the 8th. I could be completely wrong. Don't quote me on it, but I think he was like the 8th police officer since 2005
5.
that got convicted.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, there's been 16,000 police killings.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean to
Exactly.
tell me, even if 80% of them were legitimate, at the end of the day, I'm sure police run into situations like there's the whole argument out there now. Like, I can't think of the young lady's first name, but everybody's like this split.
Mm-hmm.
Bryant's her last name.
Makaya, I think.
Yeah, Micaiah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
People were
yeah,
split
that one.
saying, well, she was about to poke old girl up with a knife,
She
so
was.
he was validated in shooting her. But you got other people saying, nah, not at all.
I just had one of my homeboys bring that up, and then talked about if his daughter was in that situation, and then said he hopes that they use more than a taser. Threw me off because it's still videos where you have a white kid that's about to stab the police officer, and all he does is grab the kid's arm.
Right. Or I saw a video of a grown man swinging a machete. At
Swinging
two
him.
or three of
It's
them.
another one where a white dude is in the car. He got a gun in his hand. The dude tells the police, "I'm going to shoot you if you reach into my car." Ain't no way you about to justify none of that.
No. But at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's we have been conditioned to think black is dangerous.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what it
that's
is.
the difference.
Or
Like,
evil or
you see
whatever,
something like
yeah.
you see something like you over here got a knife in your hand and you jumping on all. I could have the same knife on my hand and jumping on all. You look more dangerous doing it. Like it's bullshit. But that's exactly what we have been conditioned. When we talk about things like systemic racism, like it's more than just like the system put in play. It's the way that we were taught like all of our life of what is dangerous. People in the hood, people with guns, or poor people in the hood, it's black. Like
Right.
that's what we're told.
And then these people keep, my bad, Mac, but
go
these
ahead.
people keep talking about, well, it's not all police. There's some good. Well, where the majority of them, what good have you seen them do? You'll see 1 or 2 police go shoot a basketball in a black neighborhood or throw a football, and that's the Instagram post. When there's stuff actually, when there's so many people killing police, you ain't gonna see no videos of police stopping police. Where's the videos of this?
right.
I'm gonna say
We don't
accountability
know
at?
it. Where's the accountability in the police that's supposed to be
If
stopping?
there's only a few bad eggs, well, the good egg should.
So what a
stomp
good
the hell
egg?
out
When
of
the good eggs
bad
gonna
one.
come together in this? This is the thing. If I'm a good police officer, I probably want to keep my name and I want to make sure I'm a good police officer. So I'm gonna probably get with other good police officers and stop the other bad police officers. That's probably what I should do.
Especially today with all the pressure on police officers, like, it's the best
Right.
time ever to be like.
So
all right,
even if I am a
you
good
gonna hate
police
me,
officer-
I need to prove I'm not worth hating.
Right.
By helping you get the people that's worth hating.
Even if I am a good police officer, ain't nobody gonna see that. Cause you don't see good police officers doing anything.
Even with the Chauvin case, like it was other cops there. Ain't nobody try to stop
Nobody did
them,
anything.
you know?
Nobody stopped them
And they don't get sentenced.
because they pull together. It's a brotherhood closer
It's
than
a
any
brotherhood. Blue lives matter. Come on, bro.
Blue lives don't exist.
But the other cops have to go to trial too, right?
they're supposed to. That's
You think they'll get sentenced?
No.
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 Because they didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
That's the reason why. Because they didn't do anything.
literally did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So
But Chad,
Technically, that's against the laws, but they're not gonna get those
I'm
charges.
just saying, like, if we all somewhere, right? And one of us murdered somebody, and all of us there, and we ain't try to stop.
We
the
all
person
going to
call the
jail.
cops.
What is it called? Accessory to a murder.
Right. So wouldn't that be the same case?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I said. But they're not gonna get that.
That don't happen to
They're
police.
not gonna get that.
Oh, okay. I see.
They get off for one, and if you do get one of them, you only getting one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't getting all of them. But Chad, what's your take on the situation?
Oh man, honestly, I just kind of unplugged from the whole situation. I'll check in on Twitter here and there to see what people talking about, kind of get my information from there. But I haven't really been watching the case like that. It's just it's too much, man. Like that whole thing just
Out
kind
of
of
sight, out of mind. What was it? Nah.
yeah, man. Like I hear about it, but that's enough for me. Like I don't want to watch it and just get my feelings involved. I was nervous as fuck before the verdict came out because I was like, man, they about to fuck this up again. They ain't gonna get it right.
Man.
You know?
Quick question, because you said that.
I'm right
Were
with
you anxious about that whole trial?
Man, Jasmine, I ain't never watched a trial before. I watched it the first time because Jasmine watched it.
Mm-hmm.
And she was leaving to go to school or something like that. And she texted me. She was like, the verdict's in. My response was, he got off, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing I said.
Naturally.
Right.
I wasn't even anxious about like finding out when or nothing like that, but she was keeping up with it and I would be watching it. The part that got to me was like, this dude started talking about baking cookies.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, you got to have all the ingredients to bake a cookie. So pretty much trying to say all the elements with the exhaust pipe, with the stuff in his system, with his health conditions, that's what killed him.
Mm-hmm.
This man clearly been living the last couple of days with drugs in his system, with whatever health conditions, and he didn't die.
Right.
Now somebody put a knee on his neck and he died.
That's what they were saying the whole time. Like, what do you mean? You can do all of this. You can put all this together. You can say, okay, take this, that, and the third ingredients to bake a cookie. But guess what, brother?
But if a knee ain't on his neck,
The knee. Come on now. Come on. Hey,
But-
the cookie got to be put in the oven.
I was about to say, I ain't see no cookies being baked. I saw a
that's
black
what I'm
man
saying.
get
There's no cookie.
killed. I saw a man get killed on
I'm
camera.
like, what you bringing up? Bro, it got so bad. It's like the judge had to stop the dude because his closing remarks was too long. When his closing remarks ever went for 2 hours? I've never known anything about that. Jasmine taught me all of this because she watches him. 2 hours?
But see, that's where
And
I
the
get,
judge got to tell you to stop?
There was only like one show I was watching on Netflix where my man was talking for like 3 hours straight. But that's all it. But yeah, that is long.
They don't put time limits on closing remarks.
No, you
'cause it
just be
never had to
talking.
be.
Just be talking after that. But my feelings on it, I actually felt like anxious. I had a hint of anxiety just for the simple fact I'm like, yo, like, I don't know what's going to happen if this man gets let off. Like, I feel like people are going to burn some stuff down, which, I'd oppose that at one point in time. But right now, if that were to happen,
Oh,
go,
yeah,
go
we can
for
go
it.
back into videos
Go for it.
because people on your ass about some of that stuff.
I
you
don't.
say,
I don't. I don't care.
especially with the Trumps.
Anywho.
You cut Chad off, by the way. But
No, I was just coming off of his feelings on that because I mean I was nervous about the whole situation. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
wasn't
I felt like a
nervous.
lot of black people and black men, you know what I mean? We all felt like anxious about that. Like when I went on social media, like a lot of dudes were saying that, like, yo, man, I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous because how that trial went, it affects you as a black man. You just got to keep it 100. You get pulled over as a black man and something like this police officer just happened to have a bad day and he wants to let it out on you or she wants to let it out on
more
you.
so of even if he does get convicted or whatever, now all police just mad because clearly that's what it looks like now.
Right.
Somebody gets killed. Dante Wright gets shot right after it, and then the woman
I
says
still
she
don't
thinks that's a taser.
I still don't understand
You've
that.
been
She
on the
was-
force 25 years. You don't know where your taser at. You don't know what a gun feel like. You
She
don't know
grabbed
none
She
of
said
that
she had
She-
the taser on the wrong side too.
She grabbed the gun.
stuff. Yeah, that's gonna justify it.
Listen,
No, I'm
she,
not-
That's the way she gonna get
But
off.
the crazy part is like not even
It's a weight
justifying
difference.
it. It's like you've been doing this for 26 years and you've been fucking up the whole time. So they're not being trained. They're not being properly told what to do. They're not being.
Oh well, she
Any
did.
of those things.
She really did think it was her taser because she yelled taser after she shot.
that doesn't
No,
make
that's
any
to
sense.
clear your ass.
I'm gonna start pulling out a $1 bill and say $100 bill.
$100
That'll work.
and walk out.
She knew that
See,
wasn't
that's
no
my thing
damn
too. When you
taser,
look at the body cam footage, she had a gun like this. It wasn't like she was like, I got a taser. I got a taser. She had a
No,
gun
she
like
had the
this.
gun out.
She had the gun out.
Taser.
So you mean to
After-
tell me you
listen,
looking at a
oh, shit,
target
I shot him.
and looking at your hand, you can't see your hand and the target? and notice that this is a whole gun, it's black.
That's
Ain't
wild.
typically those tasers like yellow?
Bright yellow.
That's
Plastic.
what I heard.
Okay.
You got to
okay.
turn it on.
And then right after that, exactly, and you got to turn it on. Then right after that, Makai, and then it hit home for me because it happened in Elizabeth City. Dude got shot in the back 8 times. And supposedly, I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but another one of my homies said they killed his 14-year-old son also. The man was sitting in his car for almost up to 7 hours.
Wow.
Nobody did anything. But they won't release body cam footage.
Oh yeah, you know something bad. You know something bad.
So yeah, my whole school is definitely out in the streets right now. The city is shut down, pretty much. They shut school down already.
Which they should. Like, that's the part right there, though. I think, like, there's a lot of people out there, white people out there, that are really, like, messed up in the head. Just keep it 100. No, Dylan is an exception. He's
I was my bad. That was terrible timing.
That was a little underhand.
Let though, seriously, I think really something's like wrong with them. You know what I mean? Like, and like you said, going back to what you said, where it's just like they're conditioned. You know what I mean? A lot of people out there are conditioned to like, oh, black person, and some of them don't even know it. I feel like.
I think they know, bro.
No, like growing up,
I think they know.
Growing up, with friends and family, like it's, you know, but like you don't, it doesn't affect you. Like
Exactly.
me doing the things that I did when I was younger, before I knew better, because of where I was raised, how I was raised. Like we were all raised in South Carolina. South Carolina. I mean, our governor took a pistol out and put it in front of all the teachers and be like, "It ain't no big deal." Those lady was terrified.
Like, bro, that's
Like,
wild, bro.
Literally, like a politician going to meet with some teachers and going to pull a gun out just to prove another point. That ain't got nothing to do with that.
Right.
But that's what we do in South Carolina. We just do ignorant stuff.
Right.
For sure.
I'm surprised we were the first one to get rid of the mask mandate. Like,
Exactly.
We
I'm
love
shocked we
being
was
different
third.
than everybody else when it counts and it matters for bad. We don't want to be first in nothing else. But again, growing up, you're told things like, "Watch out, keep your eye on them." Like, why? Because of what? Oh, because they a little less fortunate, or that's what happens in the hood. I'm in a trailer. We just as poor. Both my uncles do the craziest shit of all time.
Right.
Like, guess what? Like violence isn't a color, but like we have put that on black people. Like for years we have.
And I'm gonna be honest, I got a story about something like that. In Paulie's, where I grew up, it was this white girl that stayed next door to me, and we used to play together like every day. We was probably like 4 or 5 years old, right? So she was over at my house one day, and my mom made a joke. She was like, "Yeah, something about you and your little boyfriend," and she says, "My mom says I can't have a black boyfriend." We was like 4 or 5 years old. That means that shit is taught. You know,
It's
what
taught
I'm saying?
behavior, yeah. You see pictures and videos all the time with white kid, black kid playing together.
Yeah.
They're not paying attention to stuff. They don't care about that
Right.
shit.
Play with the person next door.
You teach them
Exactly.
over and over, like,
Exactly.
this is what's bad. They got videos to where you got kids to where they'll put a black doll and a white doll in front of each other, and you say, pick the pretty one. They pick the black kid will pick the white doll. Pick the ugly one. They pick the black doll. Like, it's shit like that, bro. Small stuff like that over and over and over condition you to think a certain way. But definitely not to just stay on all of this. And it's a big topic to talk about, and it's something that we can go on and on about. But as far as like just transitioning right now, it's all coming together. Like, everything is coming together, and it's coming together slowly in that area. But for us in life, things are coming together slowly. Like we were talking about before shooting and stuff like that, coming together to where it's, you learn certain things at a certain age. You go through them 20s and you wild out, you get drunk, you smoke, you do all of this stuff. And then people like to joke definitely of turning 30 and your body start hurting and you start feeling different things and you move different.
Yep.
But mindset changes also. Certain things you think about, like right now, just being in something small like this. And I say small because it can get so much bigger, and it is bigger than what we started as. But thinking of like how we gonna market ourselves, what merchandise we gonna put out, what days we gonna shoot, what content we gonna talk about. That was never a thing to think about in the 20s. Because we actually putting our voices to something to where this is going to be heard, this is going to be liked, disliked, taken in by other people, by massive people, and we trying to take it somewhere. and get a message out. We have a purpose behind it. In 20, you're not thinking about that.
Nah.
But like, what are some of the things you were thinking about? Like, what are some of the stages you feel like you went through starting from like 20 that you feel like you wouldn't be able to do right now?
Fucking.
Perfect place to start, baby.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. You good.
You in your early
You good.
20s,
Perfect. That's a perfect place to
what
start.
you thinking about is how much ass you can get. That's
Bruh,
all you thinking about.
Think about for real though. If you dive deeper into that for real, think about that, bro. Are you really out here just wilding out, fucking like that right now? You can hit shit and you set up stuff different if you single or whatever, but
we setting appointments right now, okay?
you
Setting appointments.
I'm saving myself.
saving myself. But no, that's a fact though. Like Max married, Chan's married. I'm damn near
Married.
engaged, baby. Don't worry. Hey, listen now. Be on the lookout. But
Invitation in the mail.
you know, hey now, shit gonna be lit. But Dylan's single, and it's still, even though we all in different stages, sex ain't the same.
Right.
Like just the act of sex, not even setting it up, not even.
Yeah, we ain't talking about when you poking and it's like, oh yeah, this thing feel different today.
Yeah.
No, it ain't like that.
You know what
Dylan
I'm
over here
saying?
like, I don't know what he talking about. Like,
I'm enjoying myself.
I ain't saying it getting slower or anything like that. It just happens differently now. Like, bro, back in college, you niggas,
come on, it was 3 times a day shorty over here.
You do some
know what
wild
I'm saying?
shit. You do some wild shit.
And you ain't like care about yourself. Like people out here.
Oh,
my
wow.
That's a
wouldn't worry
fact.
about nothing.
The
Like,
audacity.
at 21, wouldn't nothing gonna hurt me.
You didn't give a damn. You would literally hit a chick and probably go somewhere else and hit another one same night.
Dylan like, rubber, what's
Ain't-
that?
No. I'm
Peel
safe.
us off.
I'm safe. Y'all ain't gonna put that
I'm
on
just
me.
Don't put that on my boy.
Don't put that on me.
But I'm saying that you're right though. At the end of the day, like when you're like around 20, even your finances, you calculate
Or
differently.
you left from
What
sex
finances
quick.
in
Yeah,
20?
we had
I
to,
said, what finances he talking about?
We had to
Think
slide
about
that off.
finance, nigga. We lit in
I
20.
didn't mean to throw it there like that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that was the perfect.
That
That
was
was
the
perfect.
first thing I
Like,
thought, like,
my
damn,
20s.
you in your
That was
20s?
perfect.
Fucking.
You probably think about money at some point, but it's like, how I'm gonna get this money to fuck something.
Yeah, finances don't start coming into play till you latter 20s.
You don't
early
even say
30s.
finances in early 20s. I'm
Yeah.
talking
Y'all-
about from 20, 21.
y'all some thugs.
20 to 25. You was thinking about finances.
I was thinking about finances and finances.
Fine ass.
You see what you put first,
I like
right?
you did
I
there.
like that.
They both together.
Yeah, but no,
They
you
both
put it
did.
first.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I had to make sure I had some type of change.
You had to get some money to get it,
Yeah,
and you really ain't need a lot, but you
Yeah.
did. You did get something.
yeah.
I get you
know.
on that.
I don't know. I ain't never had no money, and I ain't had no problems. So.
I didn't say it was a problem.
You a white ginger that crossed at a black fraternity. You a real, hey, like he said in one of the group chats, I'm exotic.
I'm gonna put some respect on my name.
I feel you, bro. But not like just things coming together as far as like all the way from that type stuff, bro. At 25, bro, I was invincible, dog. Like I really, like when I hit 25, I remember literally walking around, just kept saying, bro, nigga, I'm 25, nigga. You couldn't tell me nothing. Like you couldn't tell me nothing.
Not the smooth.
What they
day
say,
to
like at
25.
20 or like 21, you think you know everything. At 25, you know everything. At 30, you know you don't know nothing.
Not a damn.
That's
thing.
pretty much how it is, bro. Like
That's real tough.
25, you couldn't tell me a damn. I thought I had life. Oh, I know how to get money. I know how
yeah.
to work. I can get any chick I want. If I want to get married, I can. I know how to set up such and such. I ain't know nothing.
I can even say I felt like I was even more, disciplined, which I still feel like I was more disciplined when I was 25, 26. But I was even disciplined in, my habits, even at that time.
Bro, ain't you just the perfect,
You-
Go ahead, say it. What you want to say? What?
the perfect nigga?
Wow. The big N word, really. Anyway. But nah, that's how I felt. But it's like, once you get older, though, where I'm at now, it's kind of like, yo, bro, like, some stuff can be put on the back burner for more important things. You know what I mean? Because there's still a lot of growth and a lot of understanding that, I still need to obtain.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I look at it. You know what I mean? But going back, like you said, when you hit 30, shit, you like, God dang.
That should change too.
Yeah.
And the change coming again.
Mhm.
It's coming again. It's like
It's more to life.
what Chad. This for Chad and Dylan because me and Mac been talking the whole time. What do you feel like are some things that have been coming together more, or showing itself more that you know you need to get together like at this age now where you're at? We start with Chad.
For me, I'm 32. Well, I'll be 32.
That's what happened when
in
you're
July.
30. That's what happened past 30.
Yeah, you gotta think
You
about
stop
that.
counting
shit.
that. At 30, you stop
Hazy.
counting.
I'm about 30 something.
At 30, you don't even want to hear it no more.
30 something. That's it.
Yeah.
And damn, I fucked up again. I think I'll be 33 in July. I said think on top of that. But anyways,
Yeah, you be 33.
So whatever.
That's a long
I'm
life
30
of
something.
drinking through from 20 to 30. Drinking, smoking,
Drinking,
partying.
smoking, more so smoking for me.
I feel
But
you on
yeah,
that.
so I'm in my early 30s. I got a wife and a daughter. So like Max said about discipline, I feel like I'm way more disciplined in life now than I ever been. Like I don't drink as much, I don't smoke as much. There's a lot of stuff I don't do, like, cause I gotta take care of home 1st. I gotta make sure, after work, I ain't lollygagging around playing and all the
Yeah.
bullshitting. I'm coming home, making sure the family's straight, and then once my daughter go down, wife straight, everything, I might do what I gotta do after hours. But you gotta time management is a huge thing for me now.
Boy,
That's big.
Lord Jesus,
That's
that's
big.
big. I'm learning that on the fly.
Yes.
Cause boy, my girl be on my ass, boy. Lord Jesus.
Somebody need to be.
Yeah. Definitely need to, because I went through that span of 20s that when I was just, I'm out here.
You free balling.
I'm out here. Ain't nobody telling me what to do.
That's what you're doing.
You get from under that structure, and then you go into no structure, and then shit, I'm living life now. This is fun. And then it's damn
This
boy.
guy. That's how you living, huh?
That's it. I'm a little bit different than most of y'all. So I spent most of my 20s married.
Yeah, he real different.
Yeah, I'm a
His
real
story,
different.
oh my
He did
God.
the reverse.
Yeah, we got
Bruh, people that don't know Dylan's story, when you talk to him and he tell you that shit, I mean, he might go into it now, but I just had to see it because I was like, bruh, how the hell, like that early, bro?
Early.
Man, if Dylan, you want to tell something, you definitely should.
that different podcast.
Okay, Timbo. Hey, man, that's a
That's
different
real
life,
talk.
boy.
That's different. It's different. But no, for me, it's like, I mean, I've had discipline. I've known what was right. I've known what I should have done, which is why I got married. When I got married, I found a good woman that was something I could build with, something I could grow with, and I realized that was gonna be more valuable than just running the street. I mean, at some point you expire. Like, bro, I've seen some people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, bro. That's weird, bro. I don't need to see you at the club no more. So you got a shelf life. So I'm like, I can be married for 50 years, or I can party for 20 or 30 years. I mean, I ain't great at math, but I'm pretty easy at math. Now, just because I had that knowledge didn't mean I was prepared to actually do what was necessary.
Facts. Facts.
And that's the difference. Life is gonna teach you some lessons, whether you're ready for them or not. And it's gonna give it to you the hard way or the easy way. I mean, I
Pick one.
learned them the hard way, unfortunately.
The crazy part is even the good part of it still hard.
Exactly. But I'm a big
You gonna
proponent
pick
of
the good life hard, or you gonna pick the bad life hard? Like which hard? Pick your hard. Paul.
Yeah, pick your hard.
Pick your hard.
But I was telling you about the other day. It's hard to be fat and it's hard to go to the gym every day.
It's
Like,
hard.
which
Either
one would you rather struggle with?
Well, that's a struggle.
For real. It really is.
It's hard to be financially responsible and it's hard to be broke.
Yeah.
Pick which one you would rather deal with.
I appreciate
I
it.
just
Hey,
wanna
that's
say
the
that. Real
Instagram
talk.
clip. That's the Instagram clip. That's it right there.
That's it.
It's both, bro. Either one hard. But people want to complain. They'll rather complain than pick one.
You gotta pick
Bro,
a struggle.
you can live whatever life you want to live. Pick one and shut up. To be honest.
Stick to it.
Because if you don't want to do it, cool. You don't have to do it. Be broke. Be obese. And get what coming with that. If you want to do all the other stuff, not necessarily be skinny, because you don't have to be skinny to be healthy, but work out, save your money, and take that hard, and be whatever comes with that. Pick one though. But to sit here and think everything is always wrong, that's the problem. That's the only problem with, and this I know I'm getting old. That's the problem with social media and all of this stuff now. Everybody wants to say so and wants to say what's wrong with everything that's going on.
Everything.
They don't want to pick something and say, this is the life I'm picking and do it. They just want to say, I'm tired of working out. Well, I'm tired of saving money. Well, I'm tired of being fat. Well, I'm tired of being broke. Everything you tired of, but you don't want to pick nothing to stick to.
And the thing about life is, you ain't gotta pick one, but if life picked that motherfucker for you, all right.
You're right about that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right about that.
All right. Don't
Bro,
let life
I've
pick that
literally
shit.
been in a situation to where it was like something simple too, bro. I ain't want to drink water like I was supposed to, and to me, I was a high level athlete at the time. I'm in college playing football. I go summer practice. We go to workouts. We get on the field. It's probably 98 degrees, but you know how I feel with them pads on. Probably 105, 110, some shit like
Something
that.
like that.
Something like that. I'm on a route, 9 ball. I done beat the DB. I'm looking up. Both legs cramp up. Calf, when I hit the ground, pow! Bro, look like a sniper hit me. Look like a sniper hit me in the back. I drop. Calf, quads, hamstrings, stomach, chest, neck, arms. My whole body locked up. I'm literally on the ground, locked up.
But you ain't had no water in days.
Dehydrated.
Damn.
I'm fully dehydrated. Don't know nothing. I'm on the ground. They trying to pour water on me. I spaz. Like, bro, stop pouring water. My whole body gonna go into shock. Now, I know this is going to happen. I done been through cramps before. I get it. But no, I'm invincible. I don't drink no. I drink and shit like that. On summer, we go to the apartments or whatever. We go drink with the chicks, smoke all this shit. I go to practice next day. Think I'ma just.
Man said the more water I drink, the less Hennessy I can
You know,
drink.
you feel
It's one or the other.
It's one or the other. So
Choices was made.
I picked my heart.
Yeah.
I get to the hospital. Matter of fact, no, I get in the ambulance.
Yeah, they took you to the hospital.
Damn.
Lady, yeah. I couldn't move. I really couldn't move. Now, imagine I'm in Elizabeth City. I'm 5.5 hours away from home. My mama, they call my mama. My mama leave from work to drive 5.5 hours to Elizabeth City. But I get in the ambulance. The lady stabbed, like she done probably poked me like 4 times. Said she couldn't find a vein to put the IV in.
You dehydrated. Of course you can't find no veins.
But to me, I'm thinking you can find something. All my veins coming up. I was very vascular at the time. All my veins coming up. I'm like,
Just
you
pick
better
one.
find something.
Damn.
She just keeps stabbing me. I get to the hospital. Doctor tell me pee in the cup. I'm trying to pee. Nothing come out.
Oh.
Nothing comes out.
What they got you peeing in the cup for?
The run piss on it.
Get rid of more fluid?
I don't
You already
know.
ain't got enough in you.
I
Get
ain't got
rid of
nothing
more
in me.
fluid.
Nothing in me. My man came back to me. He said, if you can't pee in this cup, we're going to have to put this catheter in you.
Damn.
I was like, hold up, let me try again. By the grace of God, I got just enough in that cup.
I bet you stop moving then.
Boy, listen, I found something. I don't know where it came from. But enough came out. He said, all right, we can do with this. I said, cool.
Yeah.
I was in the hospital for 2 days, bro. My man was like, your body was fully dehydrated. Like you wasn't drinking no water at all. You had no water in you. I don't get how you lasted that long.
You about to kill yourself, bro.
When life tell your ass to sit down or do certain shit, or if life pick for you,
No, it'll pick.
they gonna pick for you.
Oh, you don't want to drink
and it ain't gonna be how you wanted to do. You can't. You don't choose then.
I bet you ain't let life pick for you since.
Shit. But I keep water with me.
Yeah.
I keep water with me. I keep water with me. But it's shit like there's something that small, bro. If life got to pick for you, you ain't gonna like the choice. So pick something.
Never.
It ain't never
I think really what it is sometimes is fear. You know, people fear and then they start to complain. You know what I mean? They complain about what they fear, even if it may sound or look like something that's just small to us. It could be big to them. Not realizing your perspective, how you view things is just
Shout out
little.
to third perspective. That's a great word. Somebody just got some money.
No. Anyway, I think that's just really what it is because, I mean, I got to say for myself too as well. It's been times where, like, I'll complain about something and then I actually had to realize, like, nah, you just scared. Sometimes you got to tell yourself you're scared. Say you're scared.
Irrational fear is still a fear, whether
Yeah.
it's rational or not.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be scared, bro.
But as men, we taught.
Don't be no bitch.
And this
right.
is when the podcast starts.
The rest of it been a warm up.
Yeah, that's crazy, ain't it? But it's shit like that, bro. Like, what are some things you fear as a man that you have let now dig as deep as you can, and this is where we go. This is where we start to expose stuff. Chad, you ain't been on this. We talk like I don't know if you got a circle like that. I do have a circle to where it's like we put shit out there. I've cried with some of my homies before.
Yeah.
I get that sensitive. I'm okay with that now. But it's also after life picked for me twice, and I had nervous breakdowns, and I cried and I shut down for days. Called him one. I called him on the second one. I called my dad on the first one. Crying, broke down. So what are some things you feel like you fear as a man that you haven't put out there? Or that you haven't talked to somebody about? Not really put out there like social media or anything like that. Something you really talked to somebody about.
Honestly, all right, so I'm gonna go recent. Last night, my daughter
Talk about recent.
Yeah, this is like real recent. Last night, well, actually yesterday, my daughter, well, in general, she deals with constipation, right? So she'll like lock up kind of sort of on the toilet trying to get it out. So we spent like hours. It was maybe like 2 or 3 hours of this yesterday. So, you know, I was trying to coach her through it and whatnot. And I realized, I looked and she was bleeding from the backside. I'm like, damn. So this shit really bad. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point we had to give her a suppository and all that stuff. I'm probably going way too deep. When my wife sees this, she gonna be like,
Nah, it's
well,
good.
why the
It's
fuck
good.
are you talking about that on the podcast? But this is an honest moment. But we had to give her a suppository and whatnot. So through all this, she's like taking it like a G. She crying and shit, but she taking it like a G. So at the same time, I looked on my phone and saw that Shock G from Digital Underground died, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about that, DMX, Black Rob, like my life. I'm looking at her right now. I just got really scared. Like, you know, she's going through this. I don't know how tough she is to go through all this. Like, what the fuck? Like, I hope she be all right. And like, she kept reaching forward to give me a hug while she was on the toilet and shit.
Dang.
I just broke down and started crying right then and there. And I don't cry like that. So
Most of us don't.
That shit felt great though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt like a bitch walking around the house with my wife like pat me on the back, like, you okay, Chad? I'm
Bro,
like,
but that's the thing to where it's like, bro, we gotta stop looking at it like that.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's an
Right.
honest feeling.
yeah.
It's an honest feeling,
Yeah.
but it's still like we gotta stop feeling like that's so weak.
That men ain't allowed to have feelings.
right.
Bro, we hurt and we got pain and we got real shit that deal with us that we deal with, bro.
And she
To
didn't
cry,
even-
bro. Women cry.
Just let it out.
They'll cry on their dime
People cry.
and
Yeah.
be done. And be done with it.
Yeah, and she didn't make me feel like a bitch. I just felt that way, like,
And she
I'm
ain't going
supposed
to- right.
You know? Yeah,
But that's
I'm
because of what you've been taught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why you
Society
feel like a
told you
bitch
you're
about
supposed to
it.
feel
right,
like.
Right.
exactly.
Don't let the woman rub you on the back. Like, you supposed to rub her on her back. She's supposed to be crying for your daughter, not
My
you.
daughter pat me on the back, like,
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
But you got to
damn,
think in that time, bro. That's you feel like you about to lose your daughter.
Yeah.
I didn't know what. Yeah,
You don't know
like, it
what's
was-
going
it was
on. Like
crazy.
you feel
It was just weird.
the worst thing comes to your mind.
Yeah,
Dylan, what's your fear?
I'd have to say it had to be just not like adding up. Like, I came from real humble beginnings. Just not being able to be there. Like, not like when somebody needed me,
Think about how big that is, though.
not being able to be there. Like, I just disappointing. Like, I mean, of course, I want to get married. I want to have children. Like, a situation like that, like not being able to be there for my child, like that's terrible.
Like if that was to happen and you just wasn't
right, like,
there at all.
you
Like,
think about it, like, all right, I've hurt myself. I mean, I've got stitches. You know, people break bones, but like, I'm more than likely something bad is gonna happen in life, and like, you don't want it to happen to somebody you care about. Like,
right.
you don't want to see somebody that you love and you cherish like going through something tough. So like, not being able, like, we're told, all right, you're supposed to have a plan. You're supposed to know what to do, when to
Right.
do it, how to do it, and to know that at some point people are gonna rely on me. That's a lot of pressure to make sure that I don't fall short. Because we've all fallen short, so we know what it feels like,
And
and
it's
we
coming,
know it's
it's
gonna
gonna
happen
happen.
again. That's
Yeah.
what makes it irrational. Like, it's irrational to think that, all right, well, you're not going to be good enough. You're not. Like, we're imperfect people. We're never going to be on it at all times. So just having that idea of like disappointment to somebody, like whoever I marry, that I'm going to cherish that person. I'm going to care about that person, and to be able to fall short to the one person I chose to spend the rest of my life for, or life with, or I've now made children with this person, and I fall short to that person. That's just like, I don't even like to even think about that.
yeah. I mean, and even with those two examples, him being scared of what's about to happen to my daughter. Dylan being scared of I might not even be there for my child. Look at how those two things go like directly together, bro.
Yeah.
Like his fear is he's in the situation. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. I can give her this. I can't do everything else for her. It stops at some point where you can't do everything.
I mean, imagine how your mama
Yeah.
felt when she had to drive 5 hours to Elizabeth City.
Yeah.
That's a 5.5 hour drive to where she can't do anything for me right now.
But think the whole time.
But think for
while
5.5
driving,
hours. I'm already
Right.
in the hospital now. So it's literally whatever happens.
It's gonna happen.
Happens.
Yeah.
And if it happened before she get there, it ain't nothing she could have done. Nothing she could have done. And she's going to have that on her. But luckily that didn't happen or anything like that. But Mac, what is your fear?
My fear is similar to Dylan's, but I guess, well, it might be a little bit different, but it's the failure of not reaching the certain success that I put upon myself. So I always put in my head, okay, I need to be here at the age of 33. I need to be here at the age of 40.
That's tough. We've been doing that for a long time, all of us.
And I'm putting that on myself. And then also I put on myself everybody that's around me. I always do this. And, you know, sometimes I tell myself I need to relax because people are their own people. But I put whatever someone else is giving me on my back too as well. And to reach that type of success. And that always bogs me down because sometimes I'll go into my hole and I start getting deep into my head. And then it's almost like, you know, I'm fighting against myself. You know what I mean? I have that one Mac that's like, yo, man, now you got this. You can do it. You just got to think like this, that, and the third. Then you got the other Mac that's like, bro, you need to let this go because it's getting to be too much. You can't do it anyway. Just let it go.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's putting me down, one's trying to put me up. So I'm always fighting against myself. I think a lot of that stems from how I grew up, like with my mom, my dad. You know, they didn't grow up, you know, I didn't grow up with them.
Right.
But them, and then also even my grandmother. You know what I mean? Like I've always wanted to impress my grandma. That's one main thing. Like I gotta say, that's probably as much as I love to impress my mom, my old man, my grandmother. She was the one I always try to impress. Every little thing. So every time I went, like if I went to school, I made sure when I'm coming from school, from college, I went straight to her house in Oakland.
Yeah.
And I tell her like, oh yeah, I did that and third. Hearing her say, oh baby, oh you're doing a good job, oh I like to see that. Or when I walk in, oh you look good. I used to love that.
Hype.
That used to get me.
My grandma used to hit me with, you ain't missing no meal. You ain't missing. She could always tell when I had a girlfriend. You ain't missing no meal.
Boy, eating
Good.
Boy, you need to get out front of the table.
But grandma, you don't even know what I'm eating now.
You know what I'm saying? hey, filthy. Filthy.
oh my gosh. But I mean, that, even though she's gone, you know what I'm saying, today, like I keep that in the back of my head. Like I'm not done impressing her. So I put that pressure on me all the time. Like she's literally just driving me even when she's not here, like to be more successful. Like, cause I look at her like she didn't have much, but you would think she had a lot.
She made a lot out of what she had.
Exactly.
So question for you on that. How do you deal with, because I came and learned this lesson in a different way. How do you deal with doing something for someone else versus doing it for yourself? So you have this drive to be a better man, but it started to, you know, to impress your grandmother or to make her, you know, proud. Like you want to do it for someone else. How do you as a man deal with making sure that your success is for yourself, not for even your wife? Like, because I feel like if we're out here doing something for someone else and we fail, we've now failed that other person. And that's almost like a more dangerous slope to be on.
But can you really even do enough for somebody else?
You can't.
You can't.
To give you my example.
I definitely want you to answer that question though.
That's a great
To
question.
give you my example on it so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. So when I was trying to save my marriage, I found myself doing stuff to make her happy. Instead of being a better man and being a better husband. And in turn, she's going to directly benefit from that. But because I was doing it for her and not for myself, I felt that I wasn't necessarily doing what I should be doing, because I wasn't really changing. I was just trying to put a Band-Aid on the situation, trying to impress someone else. Or again, if you apply it to something bigger than just that, you're oppressing somebody else versus doing what you need to do as a man. If we're leading or we're being better, then everybody should benefit around us. So from that standpoint, how do you balance a drive that came from a great place while also remembering you're doing it for yourself?
So what I've learned, and I'm still working on it, is where do I reach the point of compromise? And what I mean by that is, where can I see in what point of this relationship, whether it's with someone else or even a relationship I have with myself, is where am I happy? How can I make my happiness my success? That's how I had to look at it. And even let's just, go into a relationship real quick, even with like me and my old lady, of course she's going to want me to say things a certain way, or do things a certain way to her liking that makes her feel like she's loved. That's cool. But just keep in mind, we have to compromise on this. And if that's not the way I do it typically, I'm going to give you that. But just know I like things a certain way too as well, because we have to reach that success together. And I'm just talking about in that relationship.
That's why we need to kill that happy wife, happy life crap.
I was thinking that the whole time you was talking about this
Wish y'all would
situation.
shut up with that. Because if the other side ain't happy, the other side can't make the other side happy.
And what I said on the last podcast, I mean, that kind of goes together. It's like where if you're trying to make somebody happy, you're going to start to lose yourself in a sense.
You will, because you're doing everything else for somebody.
And here's the
else.
kicker.
Yeah.
So again, you're not doing
Here's
it
the
for yourself.
kicker. You might be trying to make that person happy, let's just say for 5 years. Those 5 years go by. There's a new 5 years coming up.
And
that
that's a
person
new
might change.
We talked about it in the last one. They always change. You're right, boy. Good Lord.
You might change. So
That's
now
a
it's
fact.
like, I got to start all over again. Like, what am I learning now?
It literally wipes out everything that you did. Like it don't wipe out everything, but technically, kind of
Yeah.
it does.
It does.
To you, because it's like,
It does.
all right, I did all of this. Now a new 5. Well, I want such and such and such and such. And now you got to do all of that. And then another one comes. Like,
Because you're treating the symptoms. You're not treating the root. Like again, you're not changing.
boy,
as a
listen here,
person.
boy. If you don't stop talking like this, boy,
I mean, it is what it is. Like you're
messed
trying
around
to-
and put Dylan on the podcast.
You're trying to put a Band-Aid on it. You're trying to, again, make
Facts.
someone else happy when it's not your job to make that person happy. Your wife's not supposed to make you happy. You have to find peace and that happiness within yourself. And the happier you are and living the life the way you should, you're going to make the other person happy. But I don't know about you guys, but as a man, like, I can't fix nothing that ain't my problem or ain't my fault. So I got to take ownership of it. It's got to be my fault so I can fix it. And I got to fix it to make you feel better. Like, it's such a
Right.
carnal human instinct to want to fix something.
Is it human or is it men?
I mean, it's society tells us it's us, but it should be a human trait because
It's a man trait, and I agree with you. It should be everyone.
Yes.
It should literally be everyone.
Because that's
I feel like we put that burden on our shoulders. I don't feel like I want to say women, but that's probably not politically correct. Other people.
No,
that's
women-
not
women-
men.
women. You can say women up
You just
here.
can't say females.
You
Okay.
can say women.
Females
Female is the
yeah,
one.
that's the-
And you
that's the
definitely
taboo
can't say
word.
the B word. All right, I won't say that.
No wonder you watch Chad Black. And say Chad Black.
Yeah, that's why I kind of be quiet over here a little bit too.
Oh,
But
man.
yeah, like I feel like we really put that burden on us a lot of
We'll
times. like,
talk off the pocket.
Yeah, a lot of behind the talk.
Tenfold on here.
But that's what it is, though. Like to be quite honest, though, we really do need to self-reflect, get a better understanding of who we are, what truly makes us happy, and also keep in mind that whatever makes us happy, it actually may be temporary.
You know the crazy thing about self-reflection in that area? Self-reflection, if you even think about it, the reason why, like, and we just talking relationship right now, the reason why this person liked you is because you were doing what you were doing for you. At that time, when they saw you, when they started to like you, when they were attracted to you, you were probably in this, you didn't have anybody, you were single, and you were doing whatever you were doing for you. You were doing what you enjoyed. And they saw you and they liked it. So why, when we get into relationships, it's then, oh, let me do everything for her. We change that.
It's a human instinct. Like,
And
I
then
gotta make
you'll
her
watch
happy.
people really start to not like you when you're not doing stuff for you. You doing stuff for them.
Because you're not you anymore. You're now like that. I had friends look at me one day, like when it was all over and I came back, they were like, "I missed you." Like, what do you mean? Like, you just saw me. He's like, "Nah, you ain't been you for a long time."
Exactly.
And it was those moments. Like, of course, I had my like awareness of like, wow,
Chad,
I'm doing things the
I
wrong
told
way.
you, Chad, we get into
It's real.
It's like people
man, and we missing another person. But, bruh, like stuff like that, bruh. And I'm a relationship guy. So I've been in relationships for a long time and then been around friends and they see me. So they see me how I act when I'm in a relationship. This is probably the most normal I've ever gotten to be in a relationship. Because she allows me to be me. She wants me to be me.
Which I think is important. Like that's like we talk about what women should be looking for in a man. We love it. Like, yeah, you should find a provider, a protector, somebody that's loyal, somebody that is, gonna hold you up. They're gonna be respectful. But like we don't really think about like, I mean, clearly we where the fat ass at. There's more than that.
Visual.
Yeah.
But like we really need somebody that wants us to be us and will motivate us and push us to be us.
Right.
I think that's hands down one of the most impactful things.
And like
anybody, woman for a man or man for a woman, is to highlight or to motivate someone to be more of who they already are versus putting that energy into
right.
Here's what's wrong with you. Here's what's wrong with you. Here's what's wrong with you.
Exactly.
You need to fix this. You need to fix that. Like because then you get into that rut already.
Pretty
I
much
wanna make
like
you
Kevin
happy.
Samuels said, women be looking for these IKEA men. Something you can just put together easily. All our IKEA shit built by particle board, bro. You want some cheap shit that you can put together and run with.
I know my worth. I ain't no IKEA.
I am not an IKEA nigga, bro. I'm sorry, I'm not. I don't like the store. It's too big. It's too much. Too much shit going
I go
on.
to IKEA, but I'm
Hammocks,
it's too much shit going on.
rooms to go.
I'm custom
then I
built by
put-
God.
I've
Hancocks. You mean?
I've put the stuff together before, and it's cheap. It's particle board, like shit trash. But
That's funny.
I didn't answer, and I usually would take the time to just go past it and not put my shit out there because I'm good at it.
You good at
I'm-
deflect.
Well, I'm a deflection king.
The man with the voice, not the answers.
The man, yeah, I don't got the answers for you, but I talk my shit. But for me, my biggest fear is, I don't know if kind of this is what Mac was getting to, but like saying my answer, it's not being enough. But my not being enough is not being enough to my family, not being enough to my girl, not being enough to my child, not being enough in my career, not being enough in my job. Whatever it is. Probably feeling like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And then I got this thing to me where I'll put so much stuff and trying to do everything at one time, and then I'll shut down.
Because you done did too much.
I did too much. I'm trying to do everything apart. And Matt got to tell me this sometimes too. Like, you focus, like Matt done told me this multiple times. You focus on this, I'll take care of this stuff. Because you're trying to do too much.
Yeah, my grandma said a long time ago. Said you spread the peanut butter too thin on the bread. You can't even taste peanut butter.
Boy, hold up.
I'll be putting that thing on thick now. I love
Somebody
peanut butter.
write that down.
You've been going ham
Somebody write that down.
for sure.
Somebody write that. I don't know where this
Who's
white
going
guy
in?
is from.
Who is this man?
Who is this guy?
Aiken South Cac, baby.
Oh, South Carolina's finest, baby. But yeah, like for me, it's like trying to be good in every area, all the time, and I can't. But not realizing that I can't, and I'm trying to be good in everything, and I'm not. Some things I'm going to lack at.
That's hard. That's hard as a man
That's
to
the
admit where you
hardest
fall
part.
short.
Realizing as a man, you're going to fall short at certain things.
What are your weaknesses?
There are some things that you can get, but you can. I'm like, we'll go sports just because it's men. I might be a good shooter, and you used it before, but I might be a good shooter. Basketball guy. Basketball. But I might be a good shooter. and I might not get rebounds as good. But I can work on boxing out and get myself in position to probably get something. I can work on defense and put myself in position to be better. I can work on passing. I can put myself in position. That's a lot of things with men. We try to be, when we hear provider, we need to be money and protection.
And emotional available.
No,
we gotta be it all. No,
hold on. I agree with you. We got to be that.
Yeah.
We don't think about emotional.
No.
It's a lot of motherfuckers don't think about emotional.
But why?
Just think about how many dudes, I got money.
Why are we like that?
I'll take a bullet for my, or I beat somebody up for my girl.
Where you going
but
with
you
this?
don't even think about your emotional side at all.
But why? Like, what do you believe? What does Arlington Scott, man with a voice, think? Why?
Now
we
listen
that way?
here, you give me an intro like that, baby.
You need that.
Nah,
Yeah,
but
you
for
better
me,
have it.
and I'm just catching on to that, to be honest, because it's really a thing of I've been taught to, you go to work, you bring home money, you give her the money, and that's watching a system that happened at my house. Not at my house, at my family circle. From seeing my granddad there. Like my dad would do certain, like my dad and my mom divorced when it was early, but he had to pay child support, stuff like that. But seeing my granddaddy every day, that's what made it different. It's not that my dad wasn't there, because my dad was there. My dad could come to the house. My dad did what he had to do when he lost all this stuff, and he built back and all of that stuff. But seeing my granddaddy every day, he'll go in the field, he'll go cut woods with the company or whatever, and then come back, work in the field, do all this other stuff, bring my grandma the money. The house was never dirty. Food was cooked. All of that. You come home and you do this as a man. Now, have I watched them like interact emotionally?
No.
I ain't see that.
No.
Have I seen my mom and my dad do that? I just see them be good friends.
Mm-hmm.
Watching a man emotionally act like in front of me, I'd never really seen that. And it's really like, go get them. And my brother kind of like that too. I'm going to go get this bread.
Yeah.
I don't give up none of that. I'm going to go get this bread. When I got this bread, we good to go. Now, emotionally, women are wired totally different. It don't work like that. The money cool. They want somebody to go get money. But they also want you there emotionally. I'm going through this whole crap now and recently with this period thing, and I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, you about to get cut, but go ahead.
I am losing it. I'm losing this battle. I'm losing this battle. Not knowing when to gauge when it's like you can joke about certain things or you can go here with certain things because emotionally she might be at a different place. And it's hard. I said it out loud today finally. Like, bro, that's hard to gauge. To gauge when you feeling like joking and when you're not.
That's why you gotta, kind of like what I was telling you earlier, is kind of like some situations, depending on what you say, you kind of be like, all right, I hear you. And you kind of got to put on a front sometimes. You know what I mean? Not to make it sound like that, but that's what it is, because right now she is going through something.
Right.
And if you say the wrong thing,
They could.
and your wrong thing ain't even wrong to
It
you.
ain't wrong to you, yeah, but to her, it's
What do you mean by that?
right.
I've also heard from older men, if you ever try to figure out a woman, you'll go crazy.
You will lose your mind.
Don't even try to do it.
That's
You
why
know
I
what's
stopped.
crazy? Women understand each other, and women hate each other.
Facts.
Boy,
Okay.
you need to come sober more often. No, but like, now that's a fact though. Because the worst breakups I've ever seen was between lesbians.
Come on now. Tell the truth.
I have seen some nasty breakups.
It be bad.
Men and women. It's most men and women joint that don't go like that. Like, damn, bro,
I can't remember. I wish I feel like I saved this video, and I don't know where this girl from, but I think she lives in Charleston right now. She's a lesbian, and she was like, she was telling a story. I don't know how true it is, but she was like, yeah, so my girl, she punched me in my face, so I punched that bitch back, and she was
and
like,
they could do that. Like, and they could do that.
and she was like, whoa, you hit me back
sounds
for?
crazy
She was
to
like,
you.
because I'm a girl, bitch.
What you mean? Like, what you talking about?
So that'd be the funny part to me, because I always thought to myself, like, I'm confident. Like, of course, as us guys, once again, we can't hit no women. So your old lady hit you, is pop, pop, pop. All right, stop. You're doing too much. But if you would have,
And that still might be a lot.
I know, right? You do that. Oh,
you do that. That's the, you grab and shake up a little
You,
bit.
you
That's
supposed to
still
eat this 2 piece in a bit. You ain't do nothing about
You
it.
won't just take it.
I mean, y'all saw the Quavo video.
Exactly. That's been a touchy topic.
he just tried to
We went live on that one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And boy,
All right,
it's been a touchy topic on that one, boy.
he did nothing. I said it. What's up?
He didn't really do too much for her.
I don't think. And they were both going at a case, and she lost.
She lost.
It looked like she was giving the 2-piece and the biscuit.
She did.
It's an earlier video.
Yeah.
When she swung at him, but she missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did not hit her. She had his bag and he grabbed it. That's all I know. Hey.
And she lost. That's what happened.
She shouldn't have tried to play
That's
throw
what
football.
happened when you try to make that's how we try to make celebrities your relationship go.
Yeah.
Shit fall off real quick.
That's a whole different lifestyle.
Doing that. Stop doing that. Please.
I want to be like them.
I want this. I like the way he look at her.
You see,
okay.
He bought her a Bentley.
Okay. Birkin.
Oh,
Okay. That shit got to come back.
oh man.
Quavo sent the
you
tow
keep
truck
the
over
Birkin,
there.
but I'm taking that truck back.
Oh yeah, you keep the Birkin, but
And
that truck.
And
I
I don't
can't do
blame
nothing with a
him.
purse, but I can whip that car though.
I don't blame him.
Sure.
How long he was dating her? Anyway?
I ain't getting into this part.
I'm sorry.
Y'all
But
do
I'm
that.
just saying though. It's a
Nah,
lot.
You're
to
not
it.
gonna bait the white man into this. Nah, not
You
today.
say
Nah.
he trying to get you, Dilla. He trying to get you.
Nope.
Hey, it's up to you if you're gonna respond. It doesn't matter.
Ah.
It doesn't matter. I was just throwing that in
I
there.
respect women.
You respect women?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's playing his card right now.
What you mean? What card he
Okay,
playing? I
you
respect women too.
You
Right.
respect. So you wouldn't take back the Bentley?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's all I was asking about.
Oh, I thought
That
we
ain't
were talking about
disrespecting nobody.
Yeah,
I bought it.
that's what I was talking
You
about.
ain't making no payments on it. That got to come home.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me.
Who
That's
name on
mine.
Because I ain't getting the ring
mine.
back. I ain't getting the ring. I didn't get the ring back, so I'm getting the car back.
I gotta get something back.
Yeah.
I gotta get something back. We ain't
the
even
ring,
dated
the
that
ring,
long.
The ring, you probably lost that one.
Yeah, I ain't.
Yeah, that ring done.
Yeah,
You
lose
wrong
the
if
ring.
you ask for it back.
And that's why I'm saying like how long they been dating. Because if I'm not dating you, if I'm literally
Nobody in
dating
Hollywood
you,
dating more than
if I'm literally
I was about
dating
to say,
you,
it is-
I agree with that.
and I'm giving you big money gifts, like other than like,
you getting all of it back?
I mean, as long as I ain't doing no boob job or anything like that.
Take
No,
your ass back.
no, I ain't gonna take the booty back.
we going back to Dr. Miami
Give me
right
that
now.
ass. Give me that ass back right now.
You
I ain't
came
gonna
in
do-
here with nothing, you leaving with nothing.
Leaving nothing.
That's
You
messed
flat
up,
ass
Mac.
when
Why
I
you
met
like
you.
that,
You
bro?
flat ass when you leave me.
That's fucked up, bro.
No,
Like-
no, I would like.
He gonna put the fat back in if she
The
get
fat
a
back.
if she
Oh
get,
yeah,
if
we
she get
taking
liposuction.
it back out your ass. We put it back in your
Yeah,
gut
put
where
it
I
back in
found
your
you.
stomach.
This is how I found you. Nah, that's messed up, man.
No.
You better than that.
I'll say this: anything that I
He
can.
not.
You're right.
Now, something I can use, I'm taking that back. Like you said, a Bentley. Oh, I can drive that.
Yeah, I can whip that myself. I don't care what
Drive
color it is.
You can take the Birkin. You
Hey,
can take the ring. I don't care.
Cam
That's all
Ryan had
you.
a pink Range Rover. I don't care what color that Bentley is. I'm driving it.
I'm driving it.
This is mine. You talking about?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I give you a car. I'm taking the car. You can have the diamond rings. I don't care.
I
You
don't
can
know
you can have the jewelry. That ain't for me. That car, I can drive that.
Yeah.
You whip
I'm
that.
sorry. Oh yeah. If I bought your house, the house, yeah, I could probably live in that too. I might
I
even
can
take
rent
that.
that. I can spend money. I bet you make some money
That's an
on that.
investment.
You got to leave. You have got to go.
I was strictly talking dating though. Seriously though, like if it's that marriage thing a little bit different. If anything would come to split, so but
Marriage, we now built something together. That now
Yeah,
we're
that's-
tearing it apart.
that's
Then we got to tear
totally
it apart.
different.
Together.
that's a whole too much emotions in that. But now we dating.
Yeah.
Girl,
I mean,
who's
honestly,
you?
like, honestly, I don't care if I am a celebrity.
That's
Why am I
real
buying
talk.
you a Bentley and we dating?
Girl, give me because they got money. That's what it's like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just
Or it's
Come
a
on.
tax write off or something. I don't know.
yeah, something like that.
I
Whatever
don't
they're
know how
gonna
that
do.
works.
All of the above.
It can be, yeah. It can be. A little tax write off and boom. But he was like, nah, you know what?
Matter
I'm
of
being
fact,
petty.
matter of fact, Offset had a sponsorship by Bentley.
Probably had that thing for free.
Dang, I didn't even. I didn't
Yeah,
know.
he had a sponsorship
I didn't
with
even pay
Bentley.
for it, but it's mine still.
Yeah, this man.
Run it back. I don't care if I didn't pay for it.
Give me that.
This doesn't belong to you. You didn't earn this. I didn't really like her music anyway. I'm sorry. We talking about her. I'm sorry.
Sweetie. They trying to keep her sweetie.
Got way off something there.
It reminds me of like Chagall Creek here in Charlotte. Like, why you spell it that way?
I get what you're
S-U-G-A-W.
saying.
Like, you couldn't just say Sugar Creek.
She
It
was
gotta be
feeling
Chagall
herself.
Creek.
Chagall. You had to say it Chagall.
It's got to be. That's how I say it. Every time I see it. S-U-G-A-W. Chagall.
Sugar Street. That's what I call
That
it.
ain't sugar.
No, I call it Sugar Street.
I ain't never seen no
You
sugar
gonna
street
catch
with
something
W.
nasty out on Sugar
They
Street.
got some stuff out there, boy.
Sugar Creek.
Stay off Sugar Creek.
That's why I'm not in the streets. I'm at home.
Man,
Yeah,
listen,
home.
it's love being out of the streets. We can talk about that right there. I don't even know what time.
Oh no, we went by. I just kept going. I didn't.
I'm about to say,
I done looked.
we done passed
yeah, we done passed. We threw 45 minutes. This thing was. I looked like 10 minutes ago. It was 52 minutes.
Oh, we
Lord,
done.
dude.
We done. We done.
We just kept talking. I was like,
Hey,
well,
man, listen. Make
Rap.
sure y'all go subscribe. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all comment. We appreciate you, Chad, for coming through, bro. We appreciate
Sir.
you, Della, for being back on. This is Arlington Scott, the man with the voice. Make sure you follow my YouTube page, subscribe. It's in my bio. Follow the podcast page. We got some merch coming.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And this is Mac Reed. You already know my name.
Yeah, he was aggressive about that last week.
All right, man. We out. Peace.
We holler at you later.
Perspective.